Coco Gauff adds another historic milestone beyond the 2025 season. Coco Gauff secures another major career milestone after the 2025 season, reinforcing her status as one of tennis' brightest young champions. Coco Gauff's career continues to soar to unprecedented heights, and her latest achievement proves once again why she stands as one of tennis' most extraordinary young talents. Even with the 2025 WTA season wrapped up, the 21-year-old American has added another remarkable milestone to a resume already packed with historic firsts and youngest-ever records. A phenomenal rise that started at 15. Gauff's journey into tennis stardom began early. Bursting onto the global stage at just 15, she made headlines by storming into the fourth round of Wimbledon and defeating Venus Williams in a breakthrough moment for the sport. What began as a stunning introduction has since evolved into one of the sport's most consistent and inspiring rises. Despite still being only 21, Gauff already feels like a seasoned figure in women's tennis, testament to her consistency, maturity, and relentless competitiveness. A new historic record after the 2025 season. Although the season has concluded, Coco Gauff's accomplishments continue to roll in. The latest milestone is one that no other player this century has managed at her age. While she and Jessica Pegula recently broke an American tennis record through their end-of-season rankings, Gauff has claimed an individual accolade entirely her own. She is now the youngest woman since the year 2000 to finish inside the WTA top 3 for 3 consecutive years, having closed out 2023, 2024, and 2025 ranked number 3 in the world. This achievement underscores not only her talent but also her remarkable consistency in an era defined by fierce competition and constant turnover at the top. A feat beyond legends. Gauff's new milestone stands out even more when compared to the icons who preceded her. Both Venus and Serena Williams were older than Gauff when they reached comparable ranking streaks. Venus accomplished her 3-year top 3 finish from ages 20 to 22, while Serena first achieved the feat at age 33, further proof of how difficult and elite this accomplishment truly is. Iga Swiatek, another modern great, managed her streak from ages 21 to 23. Yet Gauff, still only 21, leads the pack as the youngest to do it this century. Coco Gauff's latest record reinforces what many have believed since she first announced herself as a teenage sensation. Her trajectory is not just promising, it is historic. Coco Gauff had entered 2025 already carrying the weight of history on her shoulders. Grand Slam champion, WTA Finals qualifier, Olympic medal contender, cultural icon before even turning 22. Yet as the 2025 season closed, something remarkable became clear. Rather than peaking early, Gauff was only widening the distance between her and the rest of her generation. And then, as the world eased into 2026, she casually added another milestone to her resume, one that felt less like a trophy and more like a quiet, seismic shift in the future of tennis. The story began during her off-season return to Delray Beach, where Gauff had expected a calm recharge before the Australian Open swing. Instead, she found herself at the center of a whirlwind when a tennis analytics group published a groundbreaking report. Gauff had officially become the first player under 22 to record 4 consecutive seasons finishing inside the WTA top 3 in the 21st century. More than a number, the statistic represented a rare combination of consistency, resilience, and evolution, traits that define not just champions but era-shaping athletes. The milestone wasn't a surprise to anyone who followed her rise. Still, it forced the tennis world to ask a new question. Had they underestimated just how historically significant her early career really was? A new benchmark for young champions. Not even Serena Williams, Iga Swiatek, Victoria Azarenka, Naomi Osaka, or Martina Hingis had done it. At some point in their early years, each dipped, stumbled, or had a season derailed by injuries. Gauff, despite playing in an era of unprecedented parity, long rallies, and physicality, had managed to hold her ground at the very top. For fans, the number made sense. Gauff was dependable. She showed up. She fought on days when her forehand wasn't cooperating. She clawed back matches when her serve wobbled. She played with the defiance of an underdog and the polish of a seasoned champion. And she grew every year. But for Gauff, the milestone sparked something deeper, a moment of reflection. During a small media session in South Florida, she appeared almost embarrassed by the attention. "I'm honestly just trying to get better," she said with a laugh. "The numbers are cool. I didn't even know the streak was a streak." It was a quote that echoed Serena's famous, "I don't chase records, they chase me." But Gauff delivered it with her trademark humility, and a hint of disbelief that she was now the kind of player who inspired historical charts and generational comparisons. The ripple effect beyond the court. The milestone also highlighted a cultural shift that Gauff, perhaps unintentionally, ignited. Her consistency wasn't just about ranking points. It had turned her into a global symbol of reliability and excellence in a world that often celebrated chaos over craftsmanship. Across social media, young athletes echoed her in interviews. "I want to be steady like Coco. I want to grow every year like she does. She makes you feel like improvement is cool." The young tennis girls who once tried to hit tweeners like Kyrgios or serve bombs like Sabalenka now practiced footwork drills, defense patterns and mindset routines, because that's how Gauff built her empire. In this sense, her milestone carried a ripple far beyond tennis. It reshaped the model of early success from flashy to sustainable. From prodigy to pillar of an era. Once upon a time, Gauff had been the teenage upstart who dethroned Venus Williams at Wimbledon and captured hearts with wide eyes, tearful gratitude and maturity beyond her age. But by 2026 she embodied something much larger. A pillar of stability in a sport that had become increasingly unpredictable. Players rose and fell. Champions fluctuated. But Gauff? She remained a fixture, calm, present, unshakable. Coaches described her as the anchor of the tour, a compliment most often reserved for players much older. And with her new milestone, she officially joined the rare category of athletes whose careers weren't measured by fleeting spurts of greatness but by the kind of longevity that defines tennis dynasties. The evolution behind the achievement. The reason Gauff was able to maintain 4 consecutive top 3 finishes before turning 22 was deceptively simple. She never got comfortable. Each season brought a new version of her. In 2022-23, she was the fearless teenager with a booming backhand and a firestorm competitive streak. In 2024, she reinvented her serve, turning a former liability into a weapon that dismantled top seeds. In 2025, she became a complete player, strategic, composed, and capable of beating anyone on any surface. But beyond the physical evolution was something greater, her mental shift. Gauff had learned not only how to win but how to endure, how to adapt, how to navigate expectations with grace. Her emotional intelligence became her superpower, elevating her from rising star to generational force. A milestone that signals a warning to rivals. Top players like Swiatek, Sabalenka, Rybakina, and Pegula all reacted to the news with praise.